Hi, welcome back. This is Michael Barney again, the inventor of the Abdominator. And today we're going to do a comparison of the Carver Pro and the Abdominator. And we're going to have Matt demonstrate each one of them. But before I do, let me tell you a little bit about some of the features on each product. First, let's start with the Carver Pro. The Carver Pro, it's a good product. One of the things it touts is it has a kinetic engine, which basically is a fancy name for a recoil spring that's built inside the unit. Now what this recoil spring does is you extend out in a linear motion, it tightens that spring up, and then it assists you in coming back to the start position, so that way you don't have to use your entire core to help pull you back. And that's great if you're just starting out and you're just getting that core going, but you can't disengage it. So once your core's up to par and you no longer need that kinetic engine or that recoil spring inside the product, you're kind of stuck with it because you can't take it out of the unit. With the Abdominator, it's a little different. It's made off a ball and not a wheel. There's no axle in it, so it moves on all. It rotates on all axes, and it works on all surfaces because it's got an overmolded ball with a rubber type surface to it. Now, interestingly, with the Abdominator, the first thing is because it's on a ball, it's an unstable platform. All right, so in order for you to use the product, you have to stabilize it through the entire exercise. Unlike the Carver Pro, which is a wider wheelbase and it's a more stable product, so you don't have to stabilize it as much. The second thing is with the Abdominator, you can use resistance bands, as we showed in the earlier video, to do the same thing that the recoil spring is doing in the Carver Pro. The resistance bands will allow you to move out in a linear position or motion, and then it'll help you, assist you to come back to the start position so that you're not exerting your entire core, and it allows you to slowly build your core up. The nice thing about the Abdominator is once your core no longer needs that resistance band, you can take the resistance band off, and now you can fully utilize the Abdominator to work your core, and your core is doing the entire work. Unlike the Carver Pro, that you have to, you live with the recoil spring. It's in there for life. There's nothing you can do about it. So what Matt's going to do is he's going to demonstrate both products, and then we'll ask him a few questions what he thinks about it afterwards. Give you a little bit of information on Matt. Matt is a student at Temple University, and he's volunteered to do this Abdominator challenge for me for the last 90 days. He's almost 60 days into it. We're about to do our second reveal. Our 30-day reveal was fabulous, and you log on to Twitter or Instagram and follow us. Also on Facebook at Abdominator1, and you'll be able to follow Matt's progress through this. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing out the box, and we'll get started on the demonstrations. Okay, as you can see, Matt's got the Carver Pro out the box now, and we're going to go ahead and start demoing the use of it. He's going to do some linear motions, just straight forward and back, and then we're going to have him do some angled motions because it touts, being it's got the angles on the tires, that it can do your obliques as well. And I personally don't think that we can do that tight of an oblique with it, but we'll see. So Matt's going to go ahead and do some linear motion exercises with it. So it's just straight out, straight back. And as he's going out, you know that recoil spring inside is tightening up and helping him come back. So as a first-time user, this would be great for Matt. But once he builds that core up, he would no longer want that recoil spring. Now he's going to go out and he's going to go from side to side, and let's see what kind of obliques we can work on this thing. And if you can go tighter than that, go tighter than that. I want to see how far we can go out with that thing. And doesn't look like there's a whole lot of twist out there on that thing where he can move. But that's the motion. It's simple motion. It's no different really than the motion in mine when you're going in a linear motion. The difference comes when you start to work those obliques and you start cutting that thing and you're trying to go from side to side. So we're going to pause it for a second here. We're going to switch out units. We're going to get the Abdominator, and we're going to let Matt start to work on that. I can promise you he's not going to be using the resistance band, so he's going to get a little bit more of a workout with this one. All right, be right back. Okay, so we're back now. You can see Matt's switched out. We're using the Abdominator now. Matt's going to do some linear motions with this. He's just going to go on out and go all the way out. He's going to extend up. You'll notice the proper form on this thing is your knees, your hips, and your shoulders should all be in alignment. All right, you don't want to hyperextend your back, so you don't want to drop that butt too low. But he's going to go out, and as you can see, he's getting a nice, good stretch on that. He's getting a good work on that, and then he's coming back up. Now he's going to go out and he's going to do 20-degree angles on this. And we're going to show you that this does the exact same thing as the Ab Carver Pro with regards to the angles for the 20-degree angles. But you'll notice he's actually a little deeper than the 20. And now watch how far he can go out with that. Go on out a little bit further with that, and then come back, and then come back further, a little deeper cut on this side. There you go. And as you can see, he's going much deeper than he was with the Ab Carver Pro. And the difference is the ball motion as opposed to a wheel. Now he's going to come up and he's going to do some arcing motion. So he's going to go out about 8 inches. He's going to go from side to side. And as you can see, he's working those obliques, the intercostals, the lats a little bit. And then he's going to go up 8 more inches. And then he's going to do the same thing, do some more arcs. And you can see he's going from side to side with it. And again, he's working those obliques, the intercostals, the lats. So he's getting a good upper body workout on this thing as he's going. And then he's going to go up another 8 inches, and this is where he's going to get tough. And now he's going to go from side to side, and he's going to start working those muscles again. And again, this is brutal right now. Now he probably won't admit it, but this is pretty tough even for him. And he's been doing this for about 50 days straight now. So that's the difference. Is you can get a deep oblique crunch with this thing as opposed to the Ab Carver Pro that doesn't allow you to do that deep oblique. Okay, so that's it for the exercises. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to ask Matt a couple questions about both products and see what his opinion is on them. And first of all, what did you think of the Ab Carver Pro? I mean, I know it's a good product, but what else did you think about it?
It was good. I felt it on the way out with like the tension building, and then as it pushed me back, it did feel slightly easier. It definitely assists you a lot if you're going into it. Probably would have been good when I was starting out, like just getting used to the stretching of your abs and then the contraction, things like that. But it was a little too easy at this point.
Right. Okay. So now, when you started doing the angles on the Ab Carver Pro, were you going as far as you could left and right with that on the angles?
I went as far as I could from a normal position. To actually go to a deeper angle, I had to pick it up and readjust and angle it from the start. So it was dealing with the coil. You could feel that you had to shift it to actually go that direction.
Okay. And obviously you can't do arcing motions with it, so like we did on the last part with the Abdominator. So let's switch over. Well, I guess before that, the unfortunate thing about the Ab Carver Pro, it's a good product with the exception of the fact that you're limited motion with regards to working your obliques, and limited in the sense that you cannot get rid of that recoil spring. It's there for life. Now the Abdominator, what did you think about it? Did you feel like you were able to get a harder workout, a tougher workout with it?
I was definitely using a lot more of my muscles. I was using even shoulders and things like that. Going out, you have to stabilize it, whereas it tilts and things like that. You could feel it with the ball, how it moved in just all different directions.
Now, when you start doing the arcing motions, could you feel your intercostals way up here?
Yeah.
And as well as your obliques?
Everything from the obliques and over, you kind of feel like in between your lats and your obliques. You feel it tightening, and then as you move to the other side, you feel you kind of get tired there pretty quickly. So.
All right, what about the linear motions? Without the assist on it, is it giving you a deeper workout, more of a challenge?
I definitely think so. You definitely have to use all of your own force to get yourself back. Which, using the resistance bands, it was kind of similar to the coil spring, but once you get rid of it, you're definitely working out a little bit harder.
Okay. Yeah. What did you think about going from side to side with it, having the ability to not have to pick it up, reposition it but just to roll it out to wherever you wanted to go. Was that a little bit more convenient, a little easier for you?
It was definitely more convenient because your muscles don't have to reset then. You don't accidentally get out of place from where you were from moving. Things like that kind of definitely helped with actually working on the same muscle groups, so you don't shift and then start using your shoulder instead, things like that.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Matt. All right. Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this segment. Just a quick comparison on the Abdominator versus the Carver Pro. Both good products. Of course, I'm biased because I invented the Abdominator. But in Matt's opinion, I think he seems to like the Abdominator a little bit better.
Yeah.
And he can get a better workout with it. So anyway, keep watching. We're going to put out some more videos on different products and different exercises, and we'll catch up with you next time. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Abdominator1, the number 1. All right, thanks, guys. Have a great day.